Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session. My name is Stu McBride, and welcome to this webinar session focusing on the strategic implementation of Scanplant Manufacturing Execution System, which is a specific platform where we have significantly boosted poultry processors' bottom line by an extremely impressive amount. I would like to share this with you today. In today's dynamic landscape of food processing, efficiency, precision, and profitability are simply paramount, and especially in the fast-moving consumer goods industry, you could say. And here, with our ScanPlant platform, we have assisted major poultry processors unlock opportunities to maximize gains, streamline operations, and sustain the future of the business, which has been very impressive. Today, we want to share knowledge on here exactly how we did this. So to start the ball rolling here, let me present these 5 points for you where we believe that our ScanPlant platform has been a total game changer for one specific project that I'm going to relate to. The first one here is about precision in production. To achieve overall precision control over all stages of the processing, we minimized product wastage and we helped them ensure consistent quality throughout. Optimizing resource management is also about having the correct amount of raw material to plan how many people we need in the production at any given time to maximize our overall efficiency in the area. Enhancing quality control is all about real-time monitoring and quality assistance safeguard not only the product but the company's brand, their reputation, and to help them minimize or in fact cancel out costly product recalls. Data-driven decision making is all about having access via the ScanPlant platform to give insights, to inform strategic numbers and control related to the business strategy to optimize production scheduling. And the compliance and traceability very much speaks for itself, but this is all to do with ensuring that during this project we could implement the software which ensured that food safety standards and traceability requirements were there in order to mitigate the risk of fines, and of course the company's reputation was not damaged in any way. So through this session, we'll provide real-world examples and practical insights to show how ScanPlant could transform the operations. So let's get into it and let's get started. Here is just a little bit of an agenda of what we will talk about: the receiving of live birds, through the rest of the process, through the filleting, the deboning, and mostly on the fresh products packaging. The stock management part and the picking and shipping will be on another webinar that will come after this one, but it's totally relating in the same aspect. So with this specific project, we worked with a client where we helped them save significantly over the last year. And it was very intensive. It was really using the software with military precision, training, education, and process knowledge. But we are very proud of this achievement. And our client is even more happy about it. We use ScanPlant NG New Generation Manufacturing Execution System. This is a software platform that we install on its own network, on its own server within our customer's IT infrastructure. It's based on the Microsoft SQL server, and we connect to scales, weighing devices, scanners, label printers, and other devices that help us collect data through the processes. Here you just see a huge list of the applications which we will follow up on here. But Scanvec's ScanPlant manufacturing execution is the core product that we use. So improving these earnings in all departments, from the receiving of the live birds through the different areas, we are very, very satisfied, could we say, with the results we help this customer achieve. And we will take them one at a time here. The receiving of the live birds is a very important area where we start and where we actually take the responsibility of receiving these birds into the responsibility of the factory itself. The typical challenges we saw here was there wasn't really control before regarding how many were deceased on arrival. Casitations, that's how many we have to not use because they're damaged or for hygienic reasons. There is undoubtedly going to be mechanical slaughtering errors, so there's problems with chains and hooks and so on, which, if they're even worse, they can relate to downtime on the slaughter line. And actually measuring the overall equipment effectiveness on the slaughter line. This is a calculation that can be done by the time that the line is actually available to its effectiveness in regarding how many birds that can be slaughtered related to a specific quality specification. So these were the challenges that we had to meet at this part. An overview of how the factory is actually monitored today, having a total overview of what each one of these key performance indicators actually is relating to. So if we just take a closer look at each one of these, the dead on arrival rate measures the percentage of the poultry animals arriving at the processing facility that are already deceased, so we are unable to use them. And it's important to measure this because this allows us to take immediate identification of potential issues in transportation, in handling, or the pre-slaughter conditions. And by addressing these promptly, we could help the customer minimize product loss and maintain quality standards. The casitations refer to the poultry products that are rejected during the processing area due to quality issues. Yeah, like I said before, such as contamination or physical defects. And the real-time monitoring of these casitations helps identify trends and root causes of quality issues, enabling proactive measures to improve processes and reduce waste. The technical downtime on the slaughter line can be significantly impact productivity and, of course, our throughput. So monitoring this in real time allows for quick identification of equipment failures or maintenance needs, and it minimizes production disruptions and can maximize our efficiencies. The overall yield indications, of course, are crucial, and these provide insights into the efficiency of the entire processing operation, from carcass utilization to the entire product yield. And real-time monitoring of this helps us identify areas for improvement, such as optimizing the deboning process or adjusting product mix to maximize our profitability. So the conclusion to these key performance indicators that this it helps us relate to the dead on arrival, the casitations, the technical downtime, and of course the overall yield is absolutely essential for achieving operational excellence and maintaining a competitive edge in our market. And by leveraging advanced monitoring of these technologies and proactive data analysis, this particular customer could optimize their operations, minimize their waste, and drive their overall sustainable growth. And this is why we had the good number at the end. Now, if we think a little bit more about the process control, when we are registering, whether it's going through the receiving process or another. Traditionally, processes of receiving raw materials in poultry anyway has been very much paper-based. It's been manual and it's been very labor-intensive. This, of course, led to errors, delays, and the lack of the real-time visibility into the inventory just was not significant or sustainable at all. However, by implementing ScanPlant solutions, we could transform this process in several ways. And I'll just explain a little bit about that. Firstly, we could identify data collection points to ensure that we have the process covered and agree on this with our customer. Then it's a question of checking data from purchase orders that normally come down or into our system from the company's economy system, the ERP system, which is shown in all the areas as necessary. Then we can scan goods received regarding to weights, quantities, or other specific quality registrations. This includes all materials received actually, including packaging, for example, or other commodities, spices, or other ingredients we need for our product. Yeah, every single thing that is received, including the packaging, is also registered in the same way and can follow the batch process through the production automatically. When this is carried out, goods are automatically uploaded into the ScanPlant inventory management area, and thereby we now have a real-time inventory updates where we can be seen by other users of the system where necessary, whether it's on the shop floor, in the office environment, or whatever. So the level of this accuracy can empower this customer and their production planning department to ensure that they have a more efficient way of doing the planning and avoid over or understocking, which is extremely crucial. It was also crucial to note here that ScanPlant was used for the quality control checks, which need to be registered regarding the receiving in of all the goods to meet necessary criteria. And if they are not at specific quality control limits, they are not accepted into the facility at all. They're out. And the traceability part, of course, is huge. In this early stage of receiving the batch, it's allocated here and follows the goods from here on and through the entire production process. This means that ScanPlant is the core system where they can quickly identify and isolate any issues that may crop up, such as product recalls or product discrepancies. All of this reduces the risk of waste and potential liability. So here is an overview of most of what I've just talked about, how we totally integrated the system, trained the personnel to use the system, to understand all of the business-related implementations that affects the daily business if they're not entirely left up to. There's a lot here. So again, an example. This is just an example of what we reduced on the actual working hours by digitizing the goods receipt process, which means there is no pen and paper anymore. And what we reduced are hours for operators working in the area. So based on 250 production days, we achieved quite a result here, just on the goods reception. What was on the filleting? what did we do in the filleting area? Well, first we had to look at the challenges where most things were going wrong. There it was a different challenge because here it was mostly about the yield and how the overview of the breast yield related to the caps yield and the breast yield related to grill weight and the overall kilograms to grill weight. Before we started, there was very little overview, and it was very much a guessing game on a daily basis. Not anymore. This is totally calculated, forecasted, and this customer is in control of this from day to day, from week to week, and they measure on it actually daily. So if you can relate to some of these challenges, then you know you're on the track where you must have some improvement. Possible improvements that our customer here really wanted to achieve was by increasing the yield per gram by 0.2%, and over the period by producing approximately 9 tons a day. This was going to be very significantly. So in the filleting, this is what we came up with. If we look at the process for it, so we take some focus on this key stage. Every gram of meat counts, and maximizing the yield here could significantly impact the bottom line. We used advanced ScanPlant techniques to play a vital role in achieving this by measuring data through the devices you see on the slide here. First, raw materials are applied to a batch or a production order, ensuring the traceability. Weighing the material helps monitor drip loss and maintain the accuracy. And precision in the breast deboning minimizes waste and maximizes the overall yield of the actual meat. Then we have the grader, which sorts breasts and tenderloin accurately regarding what our customers have ordered. And ScanPlant tracks product placement, order fulfillment, optimizing process, and where the raw material should be placed on stock after this process. So through using yield analytics, ScanPlant identifies improvement opportunities on a batch level, and this overall can boost the yield and potential revenue. Efficient yield optimization isn't just about reducing waste, it's about maximizing profits. With ScanPlant and advanced technologies, this customer could ensure that every single bird that was processed added value, and that kept them competitive in their particular market. Oops. So here again is an example of the yield improvement that we use through the ScanPlant process. Deboned caps per day, approximately 130,000, with this 0.2 yield improvement really increased the bottom line over a year of 250 days per year. So very significant. You can see this as a good example, I'm sure. If you want to hear more about this, then give us a call. When we come to the packaging is also an area that demands great accuracy and control, and not to ensure we have too many people, etc. So again, we had to identify and experience the challenges in all of these areas here. And this was where we had extreme overweight in many areas. We also had extreme underweight, which meant we had a lot of customer complaints, and we had to do a lot of repackaging and write down. And the giveaway was just so insignificant. It was so significant that it was in danger of significantly harming the business. So it was a way to optimize this, change it around, and make sure that we turn this into a much better number. This was the example of the improvements in the packaging that we wanted to achieve. We wanted to reduce the giveaway by 2% and reduce the man hours. So we had, I think, about 4 people working here. We had to at least get it down to 2 or even less. Detailed overview of the packaging area looks something like this. We wanted to ensure precise selection of the raw materials for retail packaging, following a first in, first out principle. And we had to use some efficient order management for the fresh product production. We wanted to streamline the process from order placement to packaging. We wanted to have some really comprehensive tracking of all registrations, from raw materials entering the department to packaged product going out. And we really had to have seamless data capture from the box weighing and labeling stations and the check weighers, which were just so significant here. So we did this continuous monitoring using ScanPlant of the current production, including a real-time calculation of giveaway percentages and values, helping to minimize waste and maximize our overall profitability. So again, we used this dynamic display for key performance indicators, which provided real-time and historical data via some custom dashboards and reports, which really focused on the giveaway metrics. And again, a robust management of traceability data from ScanPlant ensured that we had complete visibility and accountability throughout the entire production process, from sourcing to distribution. So this was extremely crucial through this process. Here is the results of the gains that we got in reducing the giveaway and the fresh production. It was crucial to get this to a number that was much more significant. So we actually increased it from 4.5% to 2.5%, and it gave us this very significant value. And this is ongoing with the customer. We're currently working to get it down even more. And the focus of the consumption of the right raw material and following up on the process was key here. Yeah, this should make sense. This was the gains using the automatic box weighing and labeling on the man hours. We had 2 people, 2 working shifts, 2 automatic labeling lines with 2 employees, and we had to cut this down. So we got it down to about 50% of what we started with, and this was able to give us the overall increase here, which was more than acceptable. So the overall gains on the fresh product packaging from the daily production of the fresh to the retail world came out. We reduced the giveaway by 2%, and on the 2 automatic labeling lines reduced from 2 persons to only a few hours during one day. And this assisted us over 250 production days a year to give very significant results. This customer is by no means finished. There is many other areas where we are currently still working, and we will continue to keep working. We will give them much more advanced production scheduling, as we call it, order management here, but giving them a way to be even more flexible with their orders and change them on the fly after the needs of the market. We will be ensuring their traceability is even more detailed than it already is today. And the quality control world will keep turning for them, as will our product. We will be enhancing new functionality that they are able to have their documentation stored within the system that covers their HACCP procedures and also includes their deviation handling. The time and job registration will also be a huge area for them, because we wish to measure exactly how many hours are used on specific production orders to specific customers and relate this to our overall profitability. And there will be space for one more automatic box weighing and labeling solution that we will fit in beside the others, as we have to move some older equipment out. So the project is ongoing, and the profits here should be significantly as the time goes on. That is more or less what I had to describe for you here in this session. If you want to hear more about this, or you want to hear more about automatic box weighing and labeling, label design systems, check weighers, please get in touch with us here at Scanvec via our webpage. Contact myself or one of the other members of the team. Thank you for now. Have a great day.